Now let's see what we have and what the cards have to say for you for this month. Now the Six of Water represents how you're entering the month, and the Six of Water to me represents, you have been feeling a bit nostalgic. You have been dwelling a bit about the past and the things that have happened in your life, the things that could have happened. You are entering the month with a sense of maybe rekindling in your mind or going back to memories of better times or different times in your past, of memories with somebody special, an old flame, maybe your twin flame. But this card is letting you know that although it's beautiful to remember the past, also remember that this is a spiritual journey, and that you do need to, that you need to remain present, and that you need to not focus so much on what happened or on what could have been. I know that Capricorn as a sign is a very, very practical sign, and that you need stability, and you need to know which path you're taking, and you need to have everything planned out ahead of you. And that is wonderful. But at the same time, this card is letting you know that you need to don't think too much of the past. Stay focused on the present moment, and on what you have right in front of you, okay? You need to remember that you are being guided, and that you are divinely guided, and that you are a spiritual being, you are a spiritual being living a human experience. And because of that, you need to remain faithful, and you need to remember that everything that is happening, or that hasn't happened yet, it will happen when the time is right, and it's coming, and that you just have to have more faith, and you have nothing to worry about. So stop, thinking too much of the past, okay? I know that you tend to overthink too much, and just remember that, that everything is in alignment. You are in a beautiful place, and as you are going to be able to see with the rest of the cards, you are in a beautiful place this month, and it's a very positive month for you. Now the Fool card represents your potentials for this month, or your challenges, and the Fool card is letting you know that you can have enthusiasm, that you can be enthusiastic about what's coming ahead this month, okay? You have a lot of potential and a lot of positive things happening this month for you. It's being able to, to be in a place of being surrounded and knowing and realizing that you're not alone, and that you are creating your reality, and all the messages that you have been seeing, all the synchronicities are all part of the plan. They're all part of the plan of your life. They're all part of where your life is heading. So it's just it's an energy of joy and happiness, and being enthusiastic, and remaining faithful, and remaining open to all the beautiful possibilities that, although you still don't see them, they're coming your way, okay? Now your focus for the month is represented by the Sun card, and the Sun card represents prosperity. It represents abundance. It represents, things coming into fruition. Like I said, this month is a great month of manifestation for you. It's a great month of abundance. Is things, finally, coming together, is things finally happening for you, is you having abundance in every sense in your life, So continue focusing on that. Continue on manifesting, the things that you want for your life, Have a goal, have a vision, Write down the things that you want to accomplish, Write down a list and visualize yourself having those things. Visualize yourself already living the life that you are dreaming of. Because this month, trust me, this month is the perfect month for that. All the things that you have been working so hard for throughout this year, they are coming into fruition for you this month. Now the fortunes wheel represents where you've been in the past, and it's like I said, is you being in a place of having good fortune. And although you haven't been able to see those things and you haven't been able to grasp them, you have been working hard towards them. And this month it's all about, having good fortune, is having abundance, is having prosperity. So this is just, a continuation of where you've been in the month of April, is working hard, towards your goal. And, this month is you being rewarded for your hard work. Now the 4 of air represents the strengths, and it represents that the things that are going to strengthen you, they're going to help you. And the 4 of air is letting you know for you to continue, working on yourself, continue on your healing, continue on taking time, to meditate, taking some time for you to rest, to recharge, not to work so hard. I feel that when you rest and when you take some time for yourself is when you're able to, to give yourself to others in your best capacity. So that's letting you know what you can do to strengthen it this month, is to continue focusing on those things. You've been doing great by taking some time for yourself, and to continue to do your healing, and to take some time to rest and recuperate. Now the Ace of Air is your near future, or what you can expect for, I would say, the mid of the month. And the Ace of Air is just representing, you having a sense of freedom, and you having a sense of like I said before, knowing, having that deep inner knowing that all the things that you have worked hard for, they are happening, little by little, slowly by surely, they are going to come into play this month for you. You can rest assured, that there's magic in your life. You can rest assured that you are being, that you are going to be rewarded this month, and that you haven't wavered, that you have remained faithful, and that you have become so faithful, and you have come to a place in your journey that you have pretty much just left things, to the divine. You have left things to God, and they've been listening, and they've been working behind the scenes, to make sure, to be able to provide all the things that you've been dreaming about. So it's very exciting, and it's very much, something, to look forward to. And the myth of the month is you are going to start seeing the results of the things that you've been planning and that you've been wishful thinking for. Now the moon represents, that sense that although sometimes we don't see things in the daylight, that there are things that have been hidden from us, the moon is also more confirmation for you that you have believed, that you didn't doubt, that you had faith. And the moon is just letting you know that sometimes, although we can't see things right away, it doesn't mean that they're not happening just because you can't see them. And the moon is just letting you know that, you will start seeing results. You will start seeing things happening for you this month. Now the Six of Air. This card represents you seeing results, and seeing results because you went with the flow of life. The ship has sailed. You have done such a great job of letting things go, of not living in the past anymore. You released so much already that you have beautiful things to look forward. You have new possibilities, that although the destination it's beautiful, I do believe that, that the journey that you take, the experiences that you live, the things that you do to get to your destination, sometimes that's even more special, and you have taken the time to, to truly experience, and you have taken the time to truly, put the focus on your blessings, and you have focused on the good things in your life, and you have released the things that weren't so good for you. So this is just a sign, that you are moving forward, and and that everything is in alignment for you, and that this month everything it's coming into fruition just because you went with the flow of life, and you let go of the control, and you didn't try to control your life, but instead you just left it up to the divine. Now Empress card represents, the hopes that you have had, and this just represents you just being secure in yourself, and knowing that you are so special, and knowing that you have had all the tools within yourself. And the Empress is just reminding you that, all the things that you had hoped for, they were there all along. You just had to take some time to believe in yourself. You had to take some time to do some healing, so that you were able to welcome, new things into your life. So the Empress is representing that, the hopes that you have had all along, you did that. You created them. You have manifested them. And you can be proud of that, and you can be, and you can feel that you have accomplished a lot just, just by doing, those things, just by taking the time to do the work, by taking the time to heal. It's just letting you know that, that it's happening, and that, you are right on schedule, and things are happening. So you have a lot of things to look forward to. Now your potential future, I would say, for the, or the end of the month, represented by the Queen of Water, is you having a sense of relief, like, I made it, like, I did it, I worked so hard that I created, the life, I've created the things that I have wanted to create. So now you can take some time, to really relish on that, and to really, to continue focusing on your blessings, and to continue, living your best life, and to know that all that is happening, and all the things that that have happened this month, or that will happen this month, is because you took the time, to really take care of yourself, to really get back in touch with yourself, to get back in touch with, loving yourself, and realizing that no one else is in charge of your happiness but yourself. So it's all about, being in a place of the Queen of Water represents, stability in your life. It represents, having emotionally stability. It represents being in harmony, being in balance in your life. It represents, you truly being the queen of your life, of you truly recognizing, that you had it all along, that you had the tools all along, for your life to be the way that is meant to be. So it's a time where, where you are going to start seeing that more, and you can be proud of that, because you have amazing things coming your way this month, Capricorn, and as well for your potential future as well. Okay, let's see what we have for your love life for this month. Okay, the card that I drew is New Vitality. And what this card signifies for me is, like, it's a new energy into your love life, into your relationships with others. It's you being in a place, of more stability, is you being in a place of more balance. It's, to me, this card signifies a new beginning for you, whether it's with your twin flame, whether it's with your divine soulmate. This is a great sign for you that there's a new beginning in store for you for this month. Okay, let's see what card we have for your health and well-being. Okay, so we have intelligence, education, knowledge, perception, flexibility. So in order for you to have, a more balanced well-being, then you are being asked, to be more perceptive, to be more flexible, to open your mind to things, to to educate yourself, you know, to gain more knowledge and to gain more wisdom, which is perfect because it goes with, you know, the theme of the month, which is for you to learn something new. So that goes well with that as well. So in order for you to be in a healthy state of mind, with, you know, in order for you to be balanced in terms of your body, your mind and soul, it's important for you to learn something new. Is for you to be flexible and open, you know, to new things in your life, to gain more knowledge. This is a great month for that, for you this month. Okay, let's see, what message do we have for your life purpose or something for your life path? And the message is to trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path, which is great because it goes with the Fool card and, you know, that enthusiasm that I mentioned earlier, and to know that, you know, all the signs and all the messages that you have been receiving, there have been there for a reason. So continue to trust them. Continue to trust your intuition. Continue to trust your inner knowing. You know, you're very powerful. You're very intuitive. And in order for you to gain some wisdom in terms of where you're headed, in terms of your life purpose, or in terms of your career path, you know, take some time, you know, to meditate. Take some time to go within and quiet your mind and listen to the messages that you will receive. Okay, now let's see what you have to surrender or surrender to for this month. Okay, the card for this month is surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Once again, I love how all the messages are always, you know, they all are so well connected. And that's pretty much what I said, you know, is to do that, is to get out of your head and to feel passionate, you know, to follow your heart and do the things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. So surrender this month to that, you know. Just go with the flow. Remember, you know, go with the flow of life. Get back to, you know, surrendering, you know, to the people and the things that bring you passion, that bring you joy, you know. Get back to that, you know. You deserve that. You worked hard enough to do that. And lastly, a message from the archangels. Okay. Knight of Gabriel. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause. Instinctively knowing just what to do. Confident, enthusiastic, courageous, charismatic. I mean, we couldn't have finished with a better card than that, and even more confirmation that, you know, this month is all about you following your heart, following what you're passionate about, following, you know, and moving forward to creating something that is beneficial for you and others. Is for you to remain enthusiastic, is for you to remain charismatic, is for you to remain confident, and, you know, and to know that everything that is happening and everything that is coming your way is because you deserve it, and it's because you work hard enough for it. Okay,